Hey everybody, Johnny Be Good here. I am empty and headed home. Oh, I am not loading today. I was so hoping and praying for this. I am tired and I'm worn out. I want to go home. Alright, local time it is 3:28. Today once again is Sunday, December 11th, 2016. Guess what? We're gonna be loading tomorrow night in Medford, Wisconsin. I think we're going to be loading a load of frozen pizza again. Headed for Woodburn. I don't know if it's Woodburn or Fort Wayne, because my boss always says Fort Wayne, but I end up going to Woodburn. Now, a couple months ago, when my boss said Fort Wayne, I did go to Fort Wayne. But maybe they don't deliver to Fort Wayne anymore at the Eddie's Ice Cream. Maybe they moved the whole thing to Woodburn, which I really don't like going to Fort Wayne. I'd rather go to Woodburn because it's nice open space out there, unlike in Fort Wayne. It's kind of a hassle to get in there, not to mention that the Love's truck stop is right there. Can't beat that. So I guess I'll have I don't know, 18 hours of home time, maybe, if we get lucky. He did offer me a earlier version of that load at the same place, but he knew I was sick, and so he gave me the later loading appointment. But right now I am on my way home. AJ wants me to go home in a really, really fast hurry because guess what? Mama made some home cooking. And she makes those, oh man, she makes those beautiful home cooking. You know, I always daydream about this. Whenever I become president of the United States, or if ever, of course not, but I've always thought, if I ever got to be the president, I'd fire all the cooks out and let my mama let mama cook, right? Nobody can cook better than my wife, I tell you. And so anyway, AJ wants me to go home real fast because, well, AJ is not allowed to touch the food before I do. At first, AJ calls me on the phone and says, "Tatay, when are you gonna be home?" And I said, "Oh, really? Oh, you missed me that much?" And no, I just want you to go home so I can start eating. I tell you, I got the weirdest family in the world. I got the greatest though. Granted, they're a little bit expensive, but well, they're girls, so Oh, speaking of Tampers. Oh boy. I can't wait to see him. I'm sure he's eager to do his inspection job. He's the food inspector at the house. Quality control, the safety control. He has to try it first before anybody else can. For safety and quality control, haha. Well, looks like they cleaned up the road really nice. I was kind of dreading dreading the idea of coming home today empty. But look, they got it all cleaned up already, man. So mash on it, baby blue, mash on it. Let's go home. You know, I read a comment today about it's not the scenery, the roads, or different places that you guys are really want to watch. It's me that you follow, and I can understand that. I do the same thing with other videos and other YouTubers, you know. All the excitement of all around the world, you watch it enough and it all becomes jumbled up, and you know, it's just another thing. But to see the person's life, I guess, unfold, you follow that person long enough, and yeah, I can see that, but I don't see it the way you guys see it to me. Yeah. But I don't know how I landed such loyal subscribers and friends out there. I don't know what I did to deserve it. I'm sure I don't. Nevertheless, my family and I are grateful. Thank you for your support. Excuse me. Well, what else is going on? That's pretty much it. Hardy should be about 85 miles from here. Hardy's in Sheboygan anyway. A little bit of an update. Well, it's not really an update, a reminder, I suppose. The APU on Baby Blue is not working. My boss and I were not really in a hurry to fix it because, well, it broke, you know, after summer. You don't really need the APU during fall. However, I am a little bit kind of weary about, you know, the deep freeze that we have up here. Although this APU is kind of separate, set up a little bit different from what I used to. See, other APU like the way WEL sets it up is the APU in the wintertime, it does two things and two things only. First, it charges the batteries on the big truck, keep the electric, you know, flowing. And second, which is the most important part in the wintertime, is that the coolant on the big truck and on the APU are in the same. They're the same coolant. So as long as that APU, by the way, APU stands for Auxiliary Power Unit. In layman's terms, it's a generator. In the wintertime, one of the purpose is that the small little engine generator is a coolant water system, and that uses the big truck to cool itself, and it circulates back and forth between the small engine and the big engine, thus keeping the big engine warm in the wintertime. That way, no matter how cold it is, the internal of the big engine is always warm because of the APU coolant is circulating into the big engine. Now in this truck, I don't know why they did that. I really don't know. They capped off the coolant system, and the coolant system on this APU is independent of the big truck. So even though in the wintertime, when the APU is running, it's only doing one thing and one thing only, and that is just to keep the batteries fully charged. That's it. It does not keep the engine warm. So in minus 10 degrees or minus 15 degree weather, when you go to sleep at night, that big engine is as cold as it's gonna get. It's whatever the temperature is outside. And I don't understand why they did that. I did ask my boss. I said, "Well, why did they did this?" The logic was that if the coolant on the big truck leaks or runs out, the APU still be running. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but what are you going to do with a big truck that doesn't run because it doesn't have any coolant and the APU's running? You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is. What good is the APU if your truck is not running anywhere, right? Well, that's all I got for now. We'll catch you guys a little bit later. Once again, I thank you so very much for your support, your loyalty, and your prayers. Thank you for watching, comment, likes. I hope we reach 22,000 subs this month. Boy, that would really be, that would be phenomenal. That would be great. All right, thank you. As AJ would say, baboosh. Peace. Holy smoky.